morning, everybody. Welcome to Near Mid Condition, where I cut off my husband a lot of the time. I'm the Astonishing Melanie, and the host, excuse me, the host at the most, Uncanny Omar.
We're back in the 90s.
And we are...
Oh, Omni. We haven't done that in forever. Omni, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to your Saturday live stream, second one of the year, second one in January. The 80th live stream I've done since March of 2020.
Did you really count?
No, I'm not counting.
Oh,
James will count. James will count.
Thanks, James.
James is my go-to guy.
Really quick, Kane, we did this staff meeting, positive culture thing, and we had to say what you were invested in, movie, TV, show, or book. And I said 2001 Space Odyssey. Represent Hal.
Nerd.
So, as you guys let us know where you're from, I just want to start.
You were missed last night on the AMA.
Oh, thank you.
Apparently.
Thanks.
I did not do a good enough job.
I fell asleep. I'm so sorry.
Oh, look at that.
Wait. Okay. So let me find the gift. For a new tradition I'm doing, I promised the students I picked for Student of the Week, I would announce on the live stream just really quick, because they are rock stars. And these students either improve their work ethic or they're on point all the time.
How many students we talking about here?
5.
You make 5 students of the week? I ain't never been a student.
No, 6. Week. Wait, how many do I have?
I'm going to go through some questions.
Right. Okay, so for second period, Landry is Student of the Week. I love her work ethic and asking for help. And Caitlin in third period. Brian, you're stepping up your game in fourth period. Daniela in 5th, and Britt in 6th period. So congratulations, guys. Okay, thank you.
Good job, all you people doing really good job. You better hit that like button. Your students here and watching, they better super chat.
You're not Student of the Week unless you sub.
Caitlin Legend. Wait a minute. Landry,
yeah, Caitlin's
absolute. Wait a minute.
Oh no, we can't show that.
Hannah, do you even know where you are? I didn't hit the lotto yesterday, so I'm back.
Britt, what a dude.
Wait a minute. You mean that if you won the lottery, you would not watch Near Mid Condition anymore? Is that what you're saying?
Hannah, you're so sweet.
Good morning. Got Nick Spencer Spider-Man Omni, just waiting for Venom Incorporated worldwide. And for Spider-Verse, Spider-Geddon, Omni. Before I start my read-through, you are in for a treat if you've never read any of those stories. The Flintlock Kickstarter came in, 6 black and white anthologies in a nice box met with a magnetic clasp. A couple of color specials, bunch of prints, all 18th century. Ooh, you had me at 18th century stories, sir. I like those. Oh, yeah. I mean, you get to you get enough of the 20th and 21st century in comic book format. Most relatable quote from Omar: I ain't never been student of the week. I've been a nice try or participation ribbon at the science fair, but I ain't never.
If you're in my class, everybody has the opportunity.
I wish I had you as a teacher. Omar, where did the name Near Mid Condition come from? Oh,
that's a good question. Good question.
When I started this channel with my friends, we decided, let's do. We used to have a podcast back in like 2004, 2005, and then we were like, let's do videos. So this was 2015, I think 2016, when we started doing it. And I like the name Near Mid Condition because it kind of symbolized where we were in life. Our bodies and minds are in near mid condition. Not so much the comics or collected editions, and everything I guess has a near mid condition type of grading. Video games, books, toys, that's where the name came from. Good morning, Omar, Melanie. How are you guys?
Hey, Ibsy.
Dude, how have you been? You missed this. Dude, where have you been? Where have you been? I'm just kidding. Algorithm times. Like that smash button. Thank you so much, Jeff Sutter. And
Jack, thanks for the super chat. And I got some new gifts.
Oh,
let's see.
Please make an appropriate gift for what he wrote.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't even read. Who's Jeff?
Stars. He passed away 2 days ago, I think. Yeah. And we lost Lisa Marie Presley yesterday. It's okay.
Well, here. This is badass. There you go. No, well, I'm not going to show my students this part.
Saturday stream. We don't say those words. What is with you today? You missed 1 a.m. and this is what happens.
Thank you. And thank you for mentioning that.
This is January. YouTube's down to crack down on. They demonetized me yesterday.
So, seriously. Cool. Okay.
You telling me seriously? I'm telling you seriously.
No, I'm telling myself that you're being serious.
Yes.
Greetings from Mexico. Long time no see alive.
How are you going, Arturo?
Excuse me. Yeah.
Spider-Man 2099 on your. I think it is by Humberto Ramos.
Wow, Hannah, you are hyper today. She's throwing shade. Iron Man, and then Batman, and then Wonder Woman.
Which Wonder Woman? All right. Why so serious? Should I buy the Batman and Robin Omnibus reprint right away, or would it be fine in a week or two? I think it'll be around for a little bit. Even though it went out of print, there was a restock from the first printing, but I think that one will be around for a little bit. What's up, Chris Balga? How are you, brother?
Good morning, Omar and Melanie. It is cold and windy here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm starting to read the Sleeper Omnibus for the first time. I'm a huge Brubaker fan. What are some of your 5 favorite spy books? Melanie talked pretty one day.
Wow. All the Brubaker books are excellent. I'm trying to think of Spy Boy. I don't know if you ever read that. That was printed over at Dark Horse. Honestly, Black Widow is solid. But if you've never read any of the Dynamite James Bond ones, there are some really awesome stories with James Bond. Just read the first volume of Summertime Rendering. Amazing stuff. Nice hardcovers too. Yeah, I need to do my overview of the hardcovers. I really enjoy that series. And there's an anime. Oh, Kima's here. Good evening from the Netherlands. Set myself in front of the camera for a new video coming soon for the first time in months. I'm glad to have you back, buddy.
That's great.
Buenas tardes desde Buenos Aires. ¿Cómo estás, Rael?
My wife loves TMNT, and I wanted to buy her some comics for her birthday. I would love your recommendations for what issues or omnibus I should get her. I love your channel and collection.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you know what suggestions to give.
So there's several collections that are appropriate for your wife. There's the Archie collection, which is kind of like the ones based on the cartoon. The original years, that's been printed in a compendium trade paperback series. Some of them are discontinued, and then a compendium hardcover, which is like an omnibus. But the one that I recommend getting is the IDW hardcovers. They are amazing. And I want to answer that question.
I'll start.
That is my favorite. It is my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Video games, movies, animated show, and original comics. No matter what animated show, that is my favorite incarnation of Ninja Turtles. I love the story. It's got a little bit more of an adult kick to it. Nothing weird or anything, but just a little bit of language and a little bit of the what's up, Rob. A little bit of the tone has a little more of an adult feel to it. And
right.
Marvel Bab,
like in the cartoon, always the robots, right? Or they never actually use their weapons against anything that's alive. And
the IDW does have the IDW does borrow the colors like you do see in the cartoon, where the original ones, they all had the red bandana. But dude, it's serious. And get her Last Ronin. Doesn't matter when you read it. Last Ronin is the last Ninja Turtle story. Doesn't matter if you've only known the comic books or you've only known the video games or the animated movies. By that, go with movies, animated show or the movies. That Dungeons and Dragons is the new toy line by Hasbro. They've released the Archer. What's her name? Darcy. Oh my goodness, Diana. With the bow staff. Oh, I can't remember. Bobby with the mace and the little unicorn, and then Venger and the Dungeon Master.
You were watching a review video in bed this morning about
man.
them.
I haven't opened my boxes yet, so I'm excited for it. I love that show. I
asked if you were actually going to open the box because they're really nice boxes.
They are. It's really cool because each of the toys come with their own little dice. 20-sided dice, like 60. So if you play Dungeons and Dragons, and the Avenger and
that's a really nice touch.
What's it called? Dungeon Master come with a backdrop. Or you can use it as like the Dungeon Master if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. You know how they have that thing. It's really cool. It's a really cool box set. Like I can't wait for the other figures like the Cavalier and the Thief, and the Wizard. magician, whatever his name was, and the dragon. That would be
Giving
cool.
a birthday shout out to Sarah because Ipsy's been stupidly busy with work.
Okay.
Got himself a cute girlfriend.
You
now
do
I'm spending time introducing her to manga.
That's where you've been.
Happy
Okay.
birthday to you.
I see that.
Happy
Ipsy.
birthday to you.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, dear Sarah, who's cute. Happy birthday to you.
You get a girl and you
And
forget
many
about your boy.
more.
You get a girl and you forget about your boy. That's how it goes. Every time.
Do you think they'll start Amazing Spider-Man Modern Epic before finishing the original Spider-Man Epic, presumably ending right before the 99 relaunch?
I will say, even if they do, they're still going to do classics, 2 classics a year. So even if they do start a modern line, 2 classic Spider-Man epics will be coming out every year. Just like they're not going to change that tradition. Those modern epics don't affect the classic line.
A Roguish Type got Last Ronin.
Yo, I hope you enjoyed it. It's a good read.
Hey, new Spooky Channel. Was that the Ant-Man Saga of Scott Lang collection in your thumbnail?
Yes.
If so, could you let us know what it's collected?
No, I took that picture last night and it's been upstairs with me.
I was wondering because you were still in bed and I was thinking, isn't he going to take a picture for the thumbnail?
I got it.
Schedule is 9:30. You get up and you take a picture of the thumbnail.
You need to quit telling my people my schedule.
10:45. You're still in the shower.
What are you doing? You need to stop. Axel saying good morning. How's it going? Really quickly, I don't know if he's in the chat, but I just want to send out a bunch of love and thoughts and prayers for my buddy Big Stu in Orlando. He lost his mom last week, and we're thinking about you, buddy. I don't know if you're in the chat, and you shouldn't be. You should be with your dad and taking care of him, man. We love you, buddy. So I'm so sorry about that. It sucks.
Do you think DC will continue the Jeff Johns Teen Titans trades? Volume 3 came out before COVID, but nothing since. Is the line likely canceled?
I don't think it's likely canceled. I think it's likely forgotten for a little bit because of everything going on with DC. A lot of things have been just put on hold. So a lot of projects were. If you remember, the Green Lantern by Jeff Johns line was sort of thought to be discontinued, as well as Young Justice. I think those projects are still in the work, and then eventually they'll get around to them.
Man, we've got so many good questions about things coming out. So I'm just trying to randomly share the love with the questions here. However, thank you again, Jack, for the super sticker. And this is an RP going out to Adam Rich, voice of Presto on the D&D cartoon.
We lost a lot of good voice actors too.
What was the one I used?
I don't know. What are you going to use?
I ain't got one. Jack, thank you for sharing.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Saludos desde España, here representing Superman fans. My condolences.
Yeah, people sending out condolences to Big Stu in Orlando, so thank you. Let's see. Good morning, the collector.
What's up, buddy? How are you? Will Dark Horse ever reprint Colossal Conan? No, they will not, because Dark Horse lost the rights to Conan, went over to Marvel. Marvel then lost the rights to Conan, and now it's over at Titan Comics and
Which
Legendary.
You're doing announcements for.
Yeah, so if
you get to suit up for Titan Comics.
So if anybody can reprint it, it would be Titan Comics. Will it ever come out in something like a colossal size? I don't know that. And you're Mint. I'm new to comic collecting in this channel.
Well, welcome.
Welcome here. I like your Skeletor. Any dark comics you'd recommend, like Watchmen or Deconstruction, Reconstruction comics? Oh, if you like, okay, those are two different. Deconstruction.
Oh wait, I was gonna say
there's
more,
a ton.
That is Watchmen.
Yeah, well, yeah,
so
like
you
Watchmen.
already know.
If you enjoyed Watchmen, man, keep reading. But honestly, Doomsday Clock, that's a good one. The Killing Joke, that's a good one. There's a lot of good.
Who wrote Animal Man?
Grant Morrison's Animal Man.
Grant Morrison. He even wrote a book. I'm sorry. They even wrote a book about like a novel about this kind of thing. And in Animal Man, it kind of like it's meta. It gets meta after a while.
I've been saying he for 37 years of my life.
Yeah, so thank you for
it takes a little bit
me.
Of getting used to. Yeah, definitely. That's a good one. That is a really good one. Good job. Grant Morrison's Animal Man. Grant Morrison's New X-Men. But if you want a reconstruction, then you want the other way around. You want Avengers by Kurt Busiek. You want Astro City by Metro Busiek. The Metro collections by Kurt Busiek. That is the definition of a reconstruction of a superhero, where hey, things are actually good. But lots of Frank Miller too that are deconstructions like Daredevil and things like Bendis Daredevil. Thank you all so much. You all are so sweet.
And
Don't
Lionheart,
Hamza, don't you ever say that about Peter Cullen ever again. Don't
and the
you?
Lionheart will definitely. What is it? We answer the question near the end of the stream of
what's the schedule? Was it
this week?
you already? He was coming up on me last night, dude. How's it going, Matt? Hi, I'm having a
Thank
sleepover
you for the super chat
with the niece and nephew, taking them to the local comic book store
for the Science Center. Oh,
that's awesome.
Yes, here's a shout out to Noah and Zell here. So I hope you niece and nephew like Supergirl.
I hope y'all get
and here's Wonder Woman.
I hope you all get addicted to comics is what I hope that you all
Help
do.
you find a treasure
and your
like
uncle,
something that you didn't know existed.
And then your uncle finds something that's out of print and he has to make a decision. Do I buy them something or do I buy this book that's out of print?
John saying so basically anything superhero by Kurt.
Pretty much just the way he writes, and I welcome it. Kevin Connor, how are you, brother?
The super sticker, right? Super sticker.
That's what you. I was thinking like those are actual stickers.
Oh yeah,
those are actual stickers.
But I like saying super sticker. And thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much, my brother R0X21. Good morning from Miami. Just completed my first workout of the week. Minimum of
awesome.
3-day workout. Oh, heck yeah.
Weights, cardio, need to do again next week. Found out weight 305, must lose weight for Japan trip.
Plus health.
You're going to Japan? I know we talked about JT going to Japan. Did you mention this last week? I'm sorry if I forget. I have a horrible memory. There you go.
Everybody's going to Japan.
Everybody's going to Japan. We're going to Japan.
Oh, that's the idea. Knock on wood. Thoughts on recent Catwoman run by Joelle Jones. I love her artwork. I have not read the stories though, so I'm waiting for some kind of bigger collection than the trades. I hope just to showcase her artwork in oversized format. Did you receive the Miller Daredevil reprint? Does it really have the same old spine? Not the new Marvel standard. It's got the same old spine. It is printed at the iMac printer, and I got it a month ago or so. It comes out at the end of the month. Hope your niece and nephew become addicted to comics. John, I can't find Harrow County Library Edition 2 on eBay. It's $800, dude. I have been trying to talk to Dark Horse, so hopefully my conversation with the lady that kind of oversees everything will go well, and I can show her because they are under the mentality of still like printing something in hardcover and then paperback. And that's what you reprint. You reprint the trade paperback because it's cheaper to reprint. It's cheaper to make. And you still make, money from it. So I hope that my conversation with them goes well. What are you doing, love?
I'm seeing who's at the door because Strider's barking.
I got you.
Who printed Spider-Man Beyond? Was it iMac? It always seems to be iMac.
You already covered this a previous week. No, I don't think we did. I think it was iMac. I know that.
Look,
like
everything's printed by iMac.
Ultimate Spider-Man 2 was Donnelly printer. And I'll be honest with you, the Donnelly printer paper is thinner than the iMac paper. The eye is nice, though. So there's that.
Oh, James. No, maybe. I don't know. Going back to the Maid Cafe.
I told the story last night.
Did you? I mean,
I didn't go into details.
It was just.
I was wanting you back here to tell the story about what the heck is going to happen.
Yeah, definitely. We just didn't know what to expect. So it was kind of like, now we would know what to expect, but at the time it's like, okay. So any other hints on the upcoming gallery editions? Craven's Last Hunt and Long Shot, hopefully.
Craven, I think, was pushed back to a later date because of Spider-Man Blue. Any other hints? There is one in December. Okay, let's see. Which one did I announce? Daredevil, Guardian Devil. That one's coming. The man and woman on TV said our names. It said Science Center and Comic Shop. Oh, that's adorable. I wish everybody had that reaction to me. Say their names.
From now on, when you say my name, wait, when you actually say my name, that means like you're upset or something serious. So I'm not going to have that reaction.
I don't know. It's a colorful release. I'll say that. Fatal Attractions and Failings Covenants reprints. News. No news, but this is where you will find out. Because this is where you get your exclusive breaking news. Speaking of breaking news, there is a breaking news tomorrow with 2 new Marvel Omnis. And I've said October 2023 is going to be volumes 2 month, and it continues with those announcements. And 1 on Tuesday with just 1. Patreons have early access to that.
That's the $5 tier. And there's Discord where you could just chill people, but also there's specifically a channel for early release videos.
Oh yeah,
each other about it.
Yeah, those guys talk about it in there. It's really cool. Anything on DC Omnis? No bueno, man. That's all I know. I know that things aren't selling that well, and they're not wanting to give a shot. I haven't
asking about that.
I haven't reading much of newer comics, but the current run of Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead is quite fun. Wait.
By Bruce Campbell.
Sergeant Rock from DC Comics. That's awesome.
Bruce Campbell wrote it.
That is freaking all. I want to read that.
Oh man, Omar, you're such a tease.
I am. I love my buddy Brooks.
Bendis Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 confirmed.
That's what you got out of that. Maybe one day. I didn't mean to laugh because it's bad, but I said colorful, and we were talking about gallery edition. Oh, you were talking about the when I said the October's a lot of volume 2s. It is, seriously. And there are some volume 2s that are coming out in November. So very excited about those. Did you yell at Omar for waking you up during the
No, because I fell back asleep.
She fell back asleep.
My daughter said, "Here, Poppy's calling." I was like, "What?" Yeah, yesterday during work, I was a little bit zombie-ish, and then I make myself be on, perform, and then I was like,
David, how are you, brother? Great to see you guys. Omar, when is the updated Spidey reading order? I convinced my girlfriend to read along with me. Love you guys. Sometime this year, I'm going to get my buddy Aaron to join me for that. There was a question I wanted to hit up.
Well, here first, thank you, David, for the super chat. And
yes, thank you for the super chat.
Miss Marvel.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like these that are overlays like that. I can interact with. Okay, never mind.
Wait, here, fist bumper.
No. That's whoa. Okay, I'm getting
it's too fast.
Yeah, I'm giving people epilepsy there.
I try. That's how gifts are nowadays. Now, what was the question that you wanted?
I don't know. It's okay. The Discord also has the Unholy Trio. If you know, you know.
Yes, I've heard.
Hey, Omar, what's up? Quick question: is Tom McFarlane going to collect all Spawn Deluxe editions if they sell well enough? When I had a meeting with him 2 years ago, we were talking about those, and those came out. Like those just came out, and apparently they sold well enough. People are having a hard time finding them in Europe. Bom dia from Brazil. Any chance DC brings back a proper trade paperback classic Jonah Hex, Sergeant Rock, 90s Ordway, Shazam? There was a 90s Ordway Shazam Volume 2 that was solicited, but I can't even remember if that was pulled from the catalog or not. I think it's still there, and it was still there as a hardcover. So knock on wood, that one at least. Jonah Hex, no, and neither Sergeant Rock.
What's the Rocket Raccoon cover in the back?
That is Guardians of the Galaxy Omnibus Volume 1. Not Volume 2. There's no Volume 2. And that is a take on the classic Frank Miller Wolverine cover. You know, the one where he's got his claws here and he's doing that.
Oh, it is!
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's Steve McNiven, who also did the classic Wolverine cover in that way. Did you see Murphy saying he might give up his Batverse because the love-hate he has received from the series? I will tell you, man, if I was a comic book creator, nope. That's where I cut off social media. Like, I don't social media that much, but I have seen how detrimental to the health of some of these creators it has affected. I would not do it, man. I would just be like, I'm out. I don't need to know what people think about me. Whatever. Because, I mean, people get personal, man. People get, like, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's Batman or Superman, Wonder Woman, Wolverine, X-Men. They start attacking creators because a certain story isn't good or it doesn't live up to their standards. I really enjoyed it. I love his artwork, and I know he said he's done like drawing stories, other people's stories rather, but I would love to see him continue that. At least one more. I think there's a couple more stories in there, but at least one more to kind of wrap it up. I know the next one the one he's working on right now is the Batman Beyond. I would love to see like a golden age one. How's it
Crispy
go?
Simmons has a comic book shop
Oh,
and keeps trying
Oh my
to
gosh.
pre-order the Batman TMNT Omnibus, but saying it's canceled. Have you heard any news about being canceled again?
hey Crispy, same thing as Phantom Stranger. The last cancellation was from the previous solicits, so the new solicits is not up yet for you to pre-order. So fingers crossed that freaking book actually comes out. Can you smell me, your Harrow County Library? Oh, sell me.
Not
Sell-
smell.
No, I cannot. This is the home of collected editions, hence I need it for overviews. But I can try to get Dark Horse to reprint it, which I've been trying for over a year, but we shall see.
Did you watch the new DC Spotify series, Harley / Joker?
No, Spotify is for listening.
No,
Hannah.
not watch. No, I said watch. She didn't say it.
Oh,
She said thoughts.
I'm sorry, Hannah. Hold on. Spotify's for listening, Melanie. Why are you growling?
Jason Aaron Volume 2 confirmed either for November or October, since you said Volumes 2 month.
Y'all gonna be surprised when I announce them because I didn't see some of these coming.
Uncanny.
Yeah, Omar, shut up. Thanks. Uncanny Omar reprint. Somebody was asking about Uncanny X-Force. It's Uncanny X-Force. I don't know, but if it's in our top 20, like people keep asking about Daredevil by Ed Brubaker Volume 2, and it did not make it into the top 20 list last year. So odds are they're probably, I mean, I just talked to Curtis and I got the final list of epics from Marvel. They have reprinted all but 2 of the top 25 epics or announced. As far as the Omnis, I have more Omni reprint announcements coming. And I think there's about 3 or 4 that are missing from there, but they're still not done with that list. Speaking of, I probably need to get that list out earlier. So you all, the voting, so get everybody in here to vote, because that's how we get these books reprinted. We have for the last few years. So it's very important that you have your voice heard.
What?
We're going to do the Omnis first and then the Epic collections.
Like, what's it called then?
It's the Marvel Omnibus reprint poll.
There you go. And where can people find it?
Here on Near Mint Condition. I'll make a video talking about all the out of print books, and then you all vote on what you want printed.
So there'll be a link in the description?
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
Wow, thank you for asking all the important questions.
Good morning. What's your favorite kind of extra material included collected editions? This is a good question. Things like sketches, scripts, etc. I like sketches. Honestly, if it's a script, I don't read it.
I think a script is very important if you want to see, like, the behind the scenes of what an artist can take.
Create comics.
The creativity, the difference in the creativity. Sometimes an artist will take a lot of liberties with some of the script, and the writer's like, yeah, that's a better option than what I gave you. So scripts are really cool to me. I really like, because everybody has a different form of writing. If you ever want to become a comic book writer or comic book artist, the one thing I always suggest to people is never, ever, 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 ever look at Alan Moore's scripts, because he will destroy your definition of what a writer should be. Oh my gosh. He has so much control. Like, if you've never seen it, I'm not kidding. He tells the artist the corners of the panel that he needs and the angles. It is amazing, but not everybody writes like that, and not everybody should. You should trust your artist and let them have the freedom, Sketches and character designs are my favorite. I love them, man. I love them. Yes.
David Tennant. Yep, David Tennant. So excited for next year. I was like, oh, it doesn't come out until November. Oh gosh. But oh man, and Titan Comics has Doctor Who. They're OHCs, right?
The big oversized deluxe editions.
Let's see. So, Josh, how's the boy? Still doing okay?
Oh,
I didn't play last night, right? Because I fell asleep. And we got your package, so we're gonna open that up at noon. And
it's going to be Loki and Predator 2, and we're all going to be sad. Dude, I've already announced the Loki Omnibus 2, didn't I? The modern stuff? Yeah, I did. I announced that a couple months ago. Where have you been, Woke NATO? I've started reading Spawn on Hoopla. The Compendium's the best way to collect Spawn. They are the cheapest way to collect Spawn. They don't have the covers. They're soft cover. They're $59.99. You get 50 issues in each one of them. And they're made for reading. So they don't, it's not oversized format, and they're not in hardcover. It's for you to read and enjoy. If you're liking it, sure, go that route. There are cheaper routes, actually. No, that is the cheapest bang for your buck. 50 issues for $60. Yeah. When are we getting a Half Omnibus? Never. When can we get Dying Breed on another stream? Oh man, I'll get my boy in here on another stream for sure. Maybe like the upcoming collected editions.
That's really cool. Hey.
Josh has formally agreed to include a portrait of me in bag. Oh, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
Talking about reprints, do you think X-Men by Claremont Lee Omnis will be reprinted soon with the spine? Volume 1's coming back to print, or being restocked rather. That's the only one that I know about, and you can more than likely all of these will have the new spine design because the last batch had the new spine design. So the new batch should have the new spine design. And at this moment, I just want to remind you all to smash that like button, please. It's a very small thing you can do. It puts a smile on our faces.
Yeah, that was a good job.
Look, my wife told me to say that. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Oh, shoot. Somebody asked a question.
Okay.
And it was...
Sean writes more animation style than live action. Oh, it's awesome to read though.
I lost it.
Okay, Omar Talk Pretty One. I've been saying Omar Talk Pretty One Day for years, but there was a book called.
Oh my gosh, how many years ago was that? That was like 15, 16, 17 years ago. We were playing charades, and they were looking up random books to act out the title, and it was Me Talk Pretty One Day.
Pretty One Day. That's what it was.
And then I read it years later. What is that by?
Sudeikis, right?
Yeah.
Sudeikis.
Well, or is that the dude that was?
I don't. You're the one that read
that
it.
was Lord of the Rings. Anywho, Sedaris. That's how you say his name. And we saw him live, and he was awesome. Anyway, it's a good book. Check
what's
it out.
up, Keenan? The thumbnail has the Birthright direct market cover. That's what's on there.
The book that's open? That each week this person tries to figure it out. The book that's open in the thumbnail.
Oh,
and you always have it facing this way. I was like, you should have it.
Oh, that's a Fantagraphics book. What is it called? Mamco? I just started reading it. It's pretty. Mamako, something like that. It's over there.
Okay, so there you go.
David Sedaris. Thank you. Sedaris. Whatever. Do you know how to say crepe? Crepe.
Like the food?
Yeah.
Crepe?
I said it was fancy food. People called me out last night saying it's not fancy. And I'm like, well, I've never had a crepe. I didn't know how to say it. Good morning, Omar. Melanie. Late as usual. Nobody's late. You arrive just when you need to. I hope I didn't miss any announcements. Hopefully more Avengers Omnis. I mean, Avengers related. Yeah. But I haven't announced those yet.
Let's see. Do you know if the Spawn Deluxe editions have low print runs? Wondering if I could wait on them.
That I can't even get a straight. Neither the distributor nor the McFarlane Productions knew when those books were coming. Just the shipping, and that's it. So I don't know, man. I want to say you can wait because Europe hasn't even gotten their stock yet. I can try to find out, but nowadays nobody really keeps. I mean, Diamond is the only one that keeps tabs on how much how many they have. And right now they're dealing with the nightmare that is Kill or Be Killed because nobody has heard about this reprint. I talked about this a little bit in my AMA last night. My contact over there was saying, hey, I don't even know if this is a real thing or not. Then he got back to me going, well, it looks like there is a date of the 18th, but since we don't have a PO for it, I don't know if it's coming, but I'm sure it will come. So yes, that's the kind of answers you get from Image Collections. You don't know. You'd be surprised by how easy crepes are to make. I feel like that's something Dan gets up in the morning to make his whole family. Does anybody feel like a grape crepe?
Crepe?
It just rhymes, I assume.
They were popular in Japan when we were there.
NMC drinking game. Watch NMC. Oh, go back to Robert.
Okay, then we're going to get Mono with Ian's question.
Okay. NMC drinking game. Watch NMC and drink when you hear Uncanny Omar Talk Pretty One Day. Get you. How have you been, Roberto? Happy New Year, brother. What was his question? Crepes are street food here in Mexico. Well, they're fancy here in Frankfort, Kentucky. Chip Sedaris. That's not anything. Hey, Omar, when are we getting the New Republic Omnibus Volume 1? I usually like to do my overviews of Omnis the week they're coming out. So, like tomorrow's Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2. Monday, I'm going to do a premiere video with Wolverine 3 just because I had a lot of fun with you all. So, premiere video means that you all can go and watch it. It's at 11:30. Shut up. Don't make fun of me. It's been around forever, apparently. And so, at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
On which day?
Monday.
Okay.
The video will go live and I will be in the chat and you guys can chat along and watch the video and I'll answer some questions. So it was really fun. And my first video was, of course, one of my least favorite stories, House of M. But it was just fun to talk to people about it and what could possibly be in a volume 2 or companion if they were to make one. It was really fun. That's was like, oh, I got to do that again. So thank you all that were there. And I know it's not for everybody. My videos sometimes are way too long for like, if you're on lunch break and you're like, I don't want to listen to that fool for 30 minutes. I'll wait till I get home or on my way back home. Crepe. It's the American pronunciation, but the French say crepe. Crepe.
So many people have
crepe stories?
Comments about it. This is awesome. Okay, before I get to the super chats, let me mention Josh's question. You keep talking about this thing last night. How do you
they asked me anything. It's the adult version of this with a much more smaller crowd. It's part of our Patreon. I think it's the engagement tier that we have. We have different tiers on our Patreon. And it lets you ask me anything.
It's the $7.77 tier, which gives you access to early videos, voting rights, Discord,
it's a lot of fun.
Book club. I'm going to get the book that we're reading for book club. Here, you get this super chat.
Okay. Hello, Mel and Omar. Just wanted to say thank you for getting me back into comics. A lot of nostalgia from my childhood. I can't believe they reprinted Deluxe Spawn. Do you think they'll finish the run? Thank you so much for the super chat. Yes. I don't know if they'll finish it because it's still an ongoing, but they'll definitely go all the way to like at least, I'd say 250 or so, just because the Todd father knows how well his stuff is doing. I told him when I interviewed him a couple of years ago, he was still on the fence of like, people don't want this, but based on the Kickstarter of his toy that went $1 million like that, I was like, obviously there's a demand for this stuff. This is people's childhood and nostalgia has a price. So whenever we talked afterwards, like we talked about this, and I'm like, if you're going to do a deluxe edition volume 5, you have to reprint the other books that are out of print because only the people that already have those books will buy volume 5. Everybody else is going to be like, well, I don't want to get volume 5 if I can't get the other ones. So I didn't know he was going to do all 4 of them, which is really cool.
Where's Dog Country?
Right here.
Oh.
I have the limited hardcover. But thank you for that super chat, man.
Yeah. And we got another super chat from John.
Got to get the Cubans to roll the... That's Seinfeld. Oh, yes, Mr. Tags. Dude, and he got Peruvians. Viva Peru carajo instead of Mexicans to roll the crepes. Joe Kelly is doing 2 fill-in issues in the current Amazing Spider-Man series. Any chance those could sneak into the upcoming Joe Kelly Spidey Omnibus? I don't think so, John, just because those files have already been sent to the printer. I don't think they could, at this point, I don't think they could sneak it in. So Melanie has a book club every month, and I'm going to be joining this one as a matter of fact.
Cover to it?
No, that's it.
Okay.
It's got a little ding on it.
Yeah, it is. This is awesome.
This is the limited edition local comic book store hardcover of God Country.
And
it's available everywhere.
From Image Comics, and this is what we're going to be reading for the book club. It's January 31st. So just to give you like no spoilers, just this old dude, he gets a sword. He's a father, he gets a sword, and he had dementia and he gets his memories back.
It's beautiful.
When he's holding the sword though.
Hey Logan, how are you, man? Omar, I watched your interview on the Comic Book Kaiju podcast. Yeah, that guy was really cool, man. I really had a good time talking to him. And it was really interesting and enjoyable. Also, you've introduced me to a new comic podcast, so thanks. You are so welcome. Yeah, everybody go and check them out. Show them some love, man. It's called Comic Book Kaiju. Hiya, Minties. What's going on? Do you know how to say that name? Elise.
No, that was Elaine.
Elaine. Oh.
Every time he would start his car when he was listening to Game of Thrones book, It would start with.
First of all, it's Song of Ice and Fire. Nerd. I get to actually my wife. I never correct. I never correct.
It would always start with that one chapter. Elaine.
Oh my gosh, that's Roy Lee Treese, right? His voice. You can do over 100 voices. That man is amazing. Yeah. That's back when I was traveling a lot, so I had to listen to some books, audio books, and yeah, I was listening to Song of Ice and Fire. I tried Harry Potter, but I think I was just too old for that stuff. It wasn't for me. Omar, what if question for you? I'm getting the 90s Omnis coming soon, but I have the option of getting some more modern trade paperbacks. What if? What you read? Have you read any? Are they worth getting? The modern what ifs? I've only read a few, and they're okay. I like what they were doing with the what if else, like you know how DC had the Elseworld brand. Now they have Black Label for everything. But they were doing that with Spider Shadow. I thought that was a really cool concept. You remember that book? Chip Zdarsky, Spider Shadow, the Venom, the symbiote stayed on Spider-Man. It was like a what if 5-issue miniseries.
Oh, yeah.
Though that was good if you can find that one. Good morning, NMC. What's going on?
They were Jack Ferry, Mr. Tex are correcting you.
Were they Peruvians? Now I have to rewatch it. I thought they were Peruvians because he couldn't find Cubans.
Jack Ferry said
there was Dominicans or something. Who the heck were the Peruvians though? Thanks, Jack Ferry. You're from Peru, so you would know.
I'm sorry, Ronimus Prime Rib.
I'm jealous right now, as most people do. It's just that this was like comic book. Only comic book stores got them. Yes, we do. We need an OHC of God Country one day. Might have to custom bind that guy. And when I mean like, yeah, people like Donny Cates. Like I think Donny Cates could have benefited from not being on social media. I think he's taking a break right now, and I hope he comes back because I really enjoy his writing. Are you reading any manga right now? And then right above this one.
Okay. And then the super chat. Yes, I'm reading My Hero Academia. I just finished volume 8 this morning while eating my breakfast.
And 7 Deadly Sins for me. But there's a book that's coming in. Where is... Oh, I don't have it yet. That's why. Okay, it's good. We need to map my ex back. Yes, we do. I miss my friends. And I'm hoping... one of them had to take a sabbatical from the internet. And they're going through a lot of personal stuff. So whenever they're ready, I'm ready. We're ready. And people have suggested, what about substituting people in and out? That would be cool, but I kind of like the team that we have. I will say we were really close on a lot of those books. I got a friend.
Do you want to explain what it is?
Oh, Met My Ex is when a group of my friends and I, we have...
Because you could go back and watch the videos.
Oldfell joined me. We have... It's called, I think, Omnibus Mapping is what the playlist is called. If you want to go back and watch those, they're a lot of fun.
So their dream list of how they would map the stories in X-Men collected editions.
So we have Peter from Crushing Crisis and Riley, the Omnibus Collector. And all 4 of us pick out a book, like an omnibus, that Marvel would hypothetically put us in charge of mapping and picking the covers for. And sometimes we get into arguments about, no, that book does not need to be in there. Yes, it does. And now we make it 2 books instead of 1. Things like that. But we did call Uncanny X-Men 5. Even back then I said there's no way they do 1 book. And Riley's like, they can do a big fat book. And I'm like, not for Uncanny 5. It's not there yet. I said that's 2 books right there. But it's a lot of fun, man.
Thank you, Matt, for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat, brother.
I got a friend who's a Star Wars super fan. I'm trying to get him into comics. What should I get him? Any trade or even an Omni you would recommend?
If your friend likes Darth Vader at all, get the Darth Vader by Gillen book omnibus right now while you still can, because that book is out of print at the distribution center. So whatever's left that's it. Star Wars by Jason Aaron is solid too. But if you want to go old school, I love Old Republic, but that's out of print right now. The Omnibus, the Epics are out of print.
Empire Omni?
And the Empire Omni is freaking awesome. But Empire 2 is the one I'm so excited for. Favorite Doctor Doom story. Do you know that one?
Oh, something about his wife?
Close. It's his mama.
Man, I got a new student.
That's
he
good.
was like, he likes Dr. Doom. I was like, I've never heard anybody young say that.
Anybody
his
young?
Mom.
Man.
Well, what is it?
A Triumph and Torment. Best Doctor Doom, best Doctor Strange story.
What's it about?
Doctor Doom, I don't want to spoil what happens, but has to go to hell to save the soul of his mother. and Doctor Strange is along for the ride. Beautiful artwork by Mike Mignola. That's one that I want in gallery edition. It has been printed in the Doctor Doom omnibus, so it is a little bit oversized. Hey, Dana. And oh my gosh, Mike Mignola, Uncle Raj writing the story, Young Avengers, or not Young Avengers, Avengers Uncle Raj era, Roger Stern. And it's amazing. I love that book.
Young supervillains need titles too.
Yes, they do.
Triumph and Torment.
Yep, Triumph and Torment. What's up, Maximus Jackson? How are these Claremont runs from mad to so-so? I love these questions. Y'all put me on the spot. FF, Extreme X-Men is second Uncanny run. Can you go back to that, baby? Because I just want to make sure I got it. Okay, so you mean from like meh being the worst? Or is meh worse? Meh is worse than so-so, right? So-so is better than meh, Melanie?
Yes.
Yeah.
In my mind, it is.
Okay.
So I'm saying that Michael doesn't like any of these really, or they're not that good, or they're mad to so.
Okay. So whichever you know what, I'm gonna list from best to from least to best. So least one out of those is his Uncanny started so strong too. The baseball game and Alan Davis on artwork. I'm gonna go with his second Uncanny run, not his third. That added the what were they called? You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna go with Extreme, Uncanny, and FF. Final answer.
Hey, Big Stu.
Hey,
people
buddy.
were sending prayers and love because we mentioned you earlier. We didn't know if you were in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So Big Stu saying, sorry I'm late. Got in late from Oklahoma City, but I'm back home now with my Omni family. Please keep my dad in your prayers. Big thanks. And yeah, so people were showing love to you earlier.
Yeah, man. I am so sorry, brother. Love you, man. There's another Doctor Doom story that's also in the Book of Doom. Because Book of Doom is excellent, by the way. It retells his origin, Ed Brubaker style. Dude. But the Mark Waid, Mike Wieringo, and all I'm going to say for anybody that's read it, you know the story, where he gets his new armor and what it's made out of and what he did. Dude, that is dark. I love that story. That is so good. Is Star Wars from Jason Aaron canon? Yes. According to Disney, Marvel, anything that Marvel printed is now canon, with the exception of the classic years. That's out of continuity. But you know what, man? If you read it and you enjoy it, those Dark Horse books, I think, are still canon. Only Claremont run I've enjoyed so far is Extreme X-Men. Hope we get a volume 2 someday.
How would you rate Nick Spencer's run on Spider-Man? Omnibus worth picking up? I've heard that it's, people saying it starts out strong. And then kind of peters off. And I liked, what I read. I liked it. I didn't get to the end, so
probably a 6 out of 10. A Batman out of 10.
A Batman out of 10.
Batman occult detective skills out of 10.
Yes, Batman's occult detective skills out of 10.
It starts off strong and it gives you hope because it goes back to something that, if you're an old school Spider-Man reader, you're like, oh, can we go back to those days? And then I think just editorial got involved and they're like, hey, we need this crossover. We need this to be a bigger event. This needs to be 6 issues. And it happens, right? It happens to everybody. Any good
Daredevil.
Oh, yes. Every single one of them. I'm not exaggerating. Unless you don't like Silver Age, and I get it. That one is probably my least favorite too. But every single one of the Andy Diggle actual run in the Shadowland books or the Shadowland mini series was excellent, but it just gets overshadowed by the bad tie-ins. But I mean, you have Frank Miller, Brian Michael Bendis, Ed Brubaker, Mark Waid, Charles Soule. Holy moly, so much talent! And don't forget, Guardian Devil is collected in the Marvel Knights omnibus too. So that's like Daredevil pre-Bendis, so like volume 0. Will we ever get a Man of Steel?
Burns Man of Steel on
one day, I hope. One day, I hope. Good morning, Minties. Hey, Hydras. Hope you're great. Omar and Mel, what are you all reading this weekend? We're gonna read the first trade of Die. Got it in the other day for $1.
$1.
I'll buy that for $1. RoboCop.
I pulled Vision by Tom King off the shelf. I'd like to read that.
You may have read that book so many times.
Wait, I've not read that book so many times.
No. I'm sorry. I got that confused with Tom King's Mr. Miracle.
That's why I want to read it. But I remember you saying that it was good. And I was interested in it, like when you first got it a couple of years ago. Bar my reason for not being on the AMA, I was going like this. I fell asleep at 8. And then Omar, when he called, I was like, what?
Yes, he did. At least Nick Spencer retconned something horrible. Absolutely, he did.
No, Varg is reading the 2022 Fantastic
FF
Four.
myself.
I always think Final Fantasy when I see FF.
Nope. Fantastic
I
Four.
always think Final Fantasy.
I'm reading a lot. Kazar Volume 3, I think is what it is. The Masterworks. The Spider-Man Epic Collection that's coming out this week. Finishing out the Wolverine one-shot. What was it? The follow-up to Reign of Terror.
Toa.
Reign of Terror. Yeah.
Oh, Terror. I thought it was Terror.
No, not Terror. Terra. What the heck was it called? But anyway, those were the books I'm reading. Rank from best to worst. Peanuts, Calvin's, and oh my gosh, you are so mean, John.
From best, so you just gotta start with best.
Put yourself in timeout. Go to the corner, John.
Calvin Hobbes, Peanuts, Far Side. Remember when we were reading Far Side together?
Yeah, that was fun. Far Side, Peanuts, Calvin and Hobbes. It's not even worse, man. That's wrong.
So both of us have Peanuts in the middle.
Yeah,
Peanuts. And then we flip.
I love Peanuts, man. Love you, man. Much love back to you, Carol.
Far Side. Like, I appreciate Starman.
Shut up.
You know what's funnier than Far Side is Organic Plants. That website we found.
Okay, no, we're not even talking about that.
That's what I did. I laughed myself to sleep. Oh my gosh. Wait. What did I click on?
Omar, free video series idea. Free video. I like it. So this is free to the public. Best comic books by Chris Claremont. Best comic books by Arthur Adams. Oh, those are good. You know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm turning 45 this year. So I mentioned this when I was looking at, I can't remember what Omnibus I was doing an overview of, but I said, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to choose my favorite my top 45 best covers turning 45. I may do one.
What a good idea.
I may do one for every year, like 1978, choose my best cover that came out that year, or 1998, choose the best cover. So to make it a little harder, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's going to be X-Men. Starman from okay, that's my daughter's joke right there.
From Mega Man 5.
Far Side was, dude, Far Side. I love it. Melanie does not appreciate the clown jokes. Like, I love the clown jokes. Those are my favorite.
Because I didn't grow up even hearing that phrase. I was like, what?
Okay, I'm an old man. That's what you'd say. Hey, what's that clown think he's doing over there? So yeah, that's the joke, right? Like in America, you say, what's that goofball doing? But somebody would say, what's that clown think he's doing over there? And it's a clown. It's an actual clown with a wrench. And I lose it every time. Every time.
Bar said, I'm a grandma, so maybe I would appreciate more now.
Oh, yeah, you are. Grandma.
It kind of is making me laugh now that you're saying it.
Tarzan, when he's like trying to hit on Jane and he's practicing in his head, he's like, hello, my name is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle. The next frame is him like swinging on the tree about to hit where she is. And he's like, how you doing, fine lady? I am Tarzan. Then at the very finally, when he greets her, he's like, me, Tarzan. And he's like, damn. Like every time I crack up at that joke. That's all. Far Side for the best. It's the best.
You know, Always Sunny and Frank would blow the whistle on the group date. Oh man. Okay. How long do you think Jeff Lemire's Black Hammer and Library Editions will be in print? There's a lot to collect.
Get the older volumes now, but it's hard to see. Like I always say, like volume 2s go out of print before a volume 1 because they usually print less and less of volumes as they keep going. Marvel learned that isn't the case. Marvel learned that you keep printing books, people will keep buying them. So I hope to talk to Dark Horse early this year. I'm going to see if she still wants to do an interview. And they're wonderful people to work with, and I understand. And the big difference, by the way, I need to clarify something. The big difference between Dark Horse and companies like that and Marvel and DC is that they don't have a ton of money, right? Like you have Disney backing Marvel. So they can, yeah, sure. They can print 1962. They can print Spider-Man 2099, and if they lose money on something, oh well. Dark Horse has to make something on projects to fund other projects. So library editions of Black Hammer, library editions of Hellboy that stay in print, by the way, always help fund other projects. They did the same thing with like Berserk. The Berserk Deluxe editions help fund the other two, Blade of the Immortal and Hellsing. So it's very important that they sell those books. So thank you so much for the super chat, Joel. What's your favorite Batman event? I had no other question. Just wanted to thank you and Melanie for all you do. And much love back to you, brother. And thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you. And I deleted the Batman gifts.
Road to No Man's Land. Or No Man's Land. No, actually, Legacy. That event is my favorite. I love because of the big return of one of my favorite characters of all time is there. And it's Nightwing back to, being a sidekick and considering himself his son. Oh, I love that. It's such a good era. All that era. BS, you are not 45. What fountain of youth have you been drinking from? I just turned 40. I hope I look as good as you in 5 years. Thank you so much for that. So kind. No fountain of youth, man. Just reading comics. I wish I could tell my eyesight. I don't look. You turned 45. Well, happy birthday to you, Storm Nation.
Storm Nation. Let me click on this because I'm gonna forget. Thank you.
Hello, this is Ken from Louisville, Kentucky. Dude, what's up? Kentucky represent. We're in Frankfurt. Been checking your videos for a little while now. Love hearing about upcoming Omnibus and Epic collections. Well, thank you for being here, man. I love Louisville, dude. Y'all got the Great Escape there. I used to mosey my butt on down there every time. Like I'd get a paycheck from work at high school.
It's been around that long?
Oh yeah, not Comic Book World. I'm sorry, and they're cool too. But Great Escape has been around forever. I love that shop.
Because Bardstown Road.
I haven't done it. Cool. Do it by year. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I like to limit myself. You all know that, but
they like. Oh, where's the turning 45 person? Okay, turning 45 person. Here is happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
person that was turning 45 on Monday.
To you.
I remember that.
And many more.
You're so good at this.
I'm gonna see where Spider-Man versus Venom is printed.
Super Laugh Hard is here. Superman versus Venom? Versus Venom.
Yes.
Turning 45 person. What a nickname. Omar, wink twice for more classic Spidey Omnis. I mean, Spidey Omnis are coming, but I guess it depends on your definition of classic.
You put this on upside down, so I opened it up, and I was like, why are things printed upside down?
My wife, everybody. I feel like I should be able to go fives after 40. Just 40 for 4 years, then turn 40. Turn 45. I like that. Will I enjoy stories containing Batman and Robin omnibus? Are they mediocre? No, they're really good. They are really good. You've read this, by the way. Not this printing, but will you just check where it's printed?
It's from the iMac.
It's from the iMac.
The iMac.
No, they're really
iMac
good.
It's gonna turn sentient one day.
Someone said it's great for the art as far as Batman and Robin's original costumes. No, Peter Tomasi does an amazing job, especially with Damian and Batman's relation. It is so good. And if you look at my reading orders, I do tell you where to stop reading something and go back to Grant Morrison's story to read something big that happens, because it will spoil something and it will wreck your heart. I lived in Nashville for a bit as a kid. I've been to that Great Escape.
Oh.
Went there to buy Pokemon cards. And just like that, Chris, you made me feel old. You just said as a kid, you went to buy Pokemon cards. I remember working as Pokemon was what, 8? I was 19, I think, when that was coming out. 1920. Oh, it was Storm Nation that was turning 45. Happy birthday. Did you get a copy? Yes, I did. My overview comes out tomorrow. Usually I get Omni books about a month, 2 months, but sometimes it's been like 3 months before they come out. But I like to do the overviews the week they're coming, just so it's fresh on people's minds. Hey, Omar, do you think we'll ever get a DC Deluxe Edition reprint? I'd kill for Gotham by Gaslight reprint. The way the things are running over there right now, I don't know. I don't know about reprints. I don't know about... we are getting a deluxe edition of Batman and Joker, the Mark Silvestri book. So it gives me hope that there's still a need for these things.
Dude, there are things to eat in here.
Who's it from? Is it Marco?
I just looked.
We want more standalone comic series. Best standalone. Those come out. I've tried to do those once a year, like the best standalone graphic novels. I love those. Hello, Omar from Costa Rica. ¿Cómo estás, hermano? Just want to say hi and thank you for always answer our questions. Gracias, hermano. De nada. De verdad. It's my pleasure, but I will say I'm sorry I can't get to every question anymore on the, when people leave comments. I try, but my goodness, I can't keep up anymore. Who do you think should be the next? Oh, Get a Life story or Grand Design treatment. If they could make it longer, like I wasn't the biggest fan of Fantastic Four Grand Design. So I wish that had been a longer series. It just seemed too crammed up into one story. I thought Ed Pisker's Grand Design X-Men was perfect. Hulk is really good right now. Jim Rugg's Hulk.
Okay.
I mean, of course, I'm selfish and I want a Wolverine life story. I think that would be excellent, but that would have to be a multi-part miniseries. As far as like Grand Design, Avengers, I think, would come next. Okay, so what do we got, love?
We have a PO box.
We have a PO box. Yes, we do.
Send stuffs for donations for future giveaways, or if you want to send a letter, near mint condition, PO Box 1678, Versailles, Kentucky 40383. And we have an email address, nearmintcon@gmail.com, if you'd like to send in art to showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get art this week?
No, we did not.
And so we've got two packages today. One's from Josh.
Oh, yeah.
And the other is from, I'm probably not going to say the name correctly, Garbello and Rob. Comics Bugle.
Oh, they sent me something?
Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, Comics Bugle is a shop. And they ship over in Europe, too. So those guys are great. They donated some gift cards to our giveaway. So it's comicsbugle.com. And they also sell omnis and stuff like that over there. They were really nice. So this is from Josh.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like Josh just reading the back. It's a donation giveaway. It says, thanks for winning. In my first and most wonderful interview, dear Lord and Lady of the Mint Condition, I claimed nice. When you reach the glorious number of 75K subscribers, I would do some art for you. In December, I'd like to take a true break and do something different. I need to regain some confidence in my painting talent. This is a little gift for all of you, all that you've done and will do. Enjoy, and just like gremlins, keep out of sunlight, don't get wet, and no food. Thank you again. Here's to another 750K sub soon.
We have
Don't you dare do 80K with this. And I've got directions on how to cut. Wait. Those two are already cut.
We appreciate directions. I'm going to answer this. What is the best Daredevil omnibus? Mileage may vary. I like the Brubaker books, but you can't read those without reading Bendis's run. So strongly recommend reading Bendis's run. Frank Miller, my favorite story though is in the Companion, the Frank Miller Companion. It's got Born Again, which is one of the best, and Man Without Fear. Omnibus, what's up, buddy? From Aussieverse. Hey, Omar, how are you, hermano? ¿Cómo estás, Chris? Thank you for the super chat, brother. Okay, boss. Alf? That's all I can.
Yeah, he picked Alf.
I'm an idiot. Wondering if Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1 is out of print. It is out of print, my brother. If so, I hope it gets restocked. Did you not pick it up, man? I'm so sorry. Yeah, it went out of print.
Thank you for the super chat.
And thank you for the super chat. It went out of print.
Does Walt's Comic Shop
just a couple months
America?
ago? Walt's Comic Shop does ship to America.
So we will advertise them in a moment.
Wow, look at the writing on that.
Okay, yeah. Let me show off the writing.
Omar's favorite character, bub. I swear, if it's Alf. Oh, it's Bell Dandy. That's even better. Oh, dude, that's beautiful, Josh. Look at that. If you're not familiar with this character,
that is really good.
This is beautiful, dude. This is Bell Dandy from Oh My Goddess, which is being reprinted in omnibus format by Dark Horse these days. So the most beautiful creature in the world. Yeah, Bell Dandy? Yes, she is. Dude, this is beautiful, man.
No, whoever's in here is the most beautiful creature in the world.
Can I go into Fourth World by John Byrne without reading any other material? I think you would benefit from reading Fourth World by Jack Kirby. Even though he kind of does his own thing, but he really borrows heavily from the King. Brubaker, Daredevil. Cody, do we ever agree on anything? Is that Vampire Hunter D?
Yes, Josh, thank you.
He's all right. He ain't no bell dandy, but that is pretty.
Me and Josh love Vampire Hunter D.
Another manga book series published by Dark Horse. The manga is published by DMP. After Captain Britain, is the Excalibur Omnis a good jumping on point? 100%. Hi, Omar. Have you read Marvel Zombies Omnibus? Yes. Not the biggest fan, but people love it. You have a statue
that you moved,
handmade.
like you
hand move.
You did not put her in a box.
Who?
Belle Dandy.
Oh yes. She rode with
Josh,
me.
this is so cool.
Seriously, man, these are beautiful.
How long did it take you to make that? Look at that, and look at the background there, that added touch. Look at those details.
Happy Saturday, Cody. Go eat your crepes. The Omnis are soft cover. Well, and yeah, usually when I say Dark Horse Omnis, they are soft covers. Chances.
Oh, this is for the giveaway.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh man.
Dang, Josh. That's for the giveaway?
Mm-hmm.
We're having a giveaway?
Mm-hmm.
Melanie said no.
Good.
Chances of a Thor by JMS expanded reprint Omni or FF JMS McDuffie Omni. I like that. I don't know. I haven't heard, man. I haven't heard, but this is where you will hear. Hey, Omar, I'd like to input on the recent trend. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Hey, Omar, I'd like your input on the recent omnibus trend for them to be so big that eventually binding doesn't hold up compared to doing multiple volumes. I honestly have never had a problem with books other than the sagging, right? Like sagging is going to happen no matter what over time. And people made like little blocks to put under the pages so the pages don't sag, or styrofoam blocks. I mean, people get creative. But for me, it's just part of owning a book. As soon as you open it, it devalues. Do you want to keep it? And I get it, right? The idea of keeping it as mint as possible. But I don't know. I don't mind big books. I mean, I've always said thicker than a Snicker here, and I mean it. I like having a huge book of all these things, like Blackest Night comes to mind, AVX. If you're talking about like Immortal Hulk, I can kind of see that book being, I mean, that is almost 60 pages, 60 issues worth of stuff. But they've been holding. I've never had an omnibus fall apart outside of two that I can think of, and three. One was my fault. I dropped it and I cried, and that was New X-Men. And then
it fell off the shelf.
What was it? The 52 omnibus, the spine just snapped on it. And that was back when DC was making just really bad omnis. And what was the other one? You know, there are things like cosmetic things about them that I can fix. But yeah, that's my honest opinion is like, I mean, if they're making them and keep making them the way they're doing them, and I don't think they've fallen apart. And if you may have had different experiences though. You may have had different experiences with the omnis you have.
Can you get those 2 super chats? Then
oh yes. When are the oh my goddess reprints? I remember them saying sometime in August, maybe. I'll have to double check. I'll ask them again. I think it was volume 1 and volume 2, and then 7's coming out. Thank you for the super chat, Jack Ferry, and Jeff. Thank you for your super chat. If Dark Horse were to print Lone Wolf and Cub in deluxe format, how many volumes would it take? Well, being that there's 28 volumes, it would probably be the same as the Omnis that they've done. So 3 and 1, 28 divided by 8, baby. What is that? 8? What is that? 9?
Huh?
28 divided by 3. What is that? Like how many? We're trying to figure out how many volumes it would take. 9, right? Like 9 would be the closest.
Yes.
Okay.
9 times 3 is 27.
Woohoo! Uncanny Omar do math right. 9 times 3 is 27. So I'd say about 9, maybe 10. The letter. Where is it?
Oh.
There's no letter. You're holding it in your hand. So we have a letter from, this is Comics Bugle, Kevlo, right? From Slovakia. So they have their own shop there. First of all, let me wish you a Merry Christmas to you and your lovely family. Me and Robert are part of your positive community for years before our little comic shop, and we would like to thank you for all the hard work, love, and honest personal approach to things you do not have to do, but you do. So big thank you. Thank you, man. We appreciate people like you, and please accept our small token of gratitude in form of Slovakia snacks. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how happy my wife is.
I got terrific artwork.
There are a couple of my favorite candies from my childhood, and as they say, the first 45 years of childhood for men are the most difficult and most fun. Oh my gosh, are they the most difficult? So no more. After I turn 45, it's all downhill. Wait, no, that's bad. Downhill is bad, right? So we have, he gave us like exactly what it is, like a list of these things. This is amazing.
Try some on there. I'm hungry. I'm okay. First of all, yes, I'm going to eat some. And secondly, these are the stickers. Okay. Chill.
My bad. I thought you were opening up candy.
Well, yes, I'm going to open up candy. That's what it's for. Comics Bugle.
Ooh. Oh man, find that 3-bit. That looks good. It's a biscuit with milk filling coated with milk chocolate.
Sweet, seriously, there's a lot.
This is Kofola, which is carbonated soft
gingerbread. Look at this. Look at this gingerbread.
It says near mint condition.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm taking a picture of that. That is amazing. That's going on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
So yeah, well, I'm 99% sure it said that was gingerbread because it said it was self-explanatory. I think there's no need. Yeah, gingerbread.
We know how those work. We have those in America.
Thank you.
Not like this though. This is freaking cool.
That must be from a bakery. I don't want to eat it. We're not going to eat it.
We're just going to let mold grow
our
on
friends
it.
gave us Ranmo and half ramen from Japan, and we never ate it. It's like been years, and it's just sitting in the pantry. So thank you.
What's up, Jamila? How are you? There's all kinds of food in here.
Try it out. Yeah, that
picnic.
It looks like it's gonna be toothpaste.
Don't make fun of Slovakian candy.
No, I don't know. I'm going to try it. So let's talk about Walt's Comic Shop.
Thanks. I'm not saying Wade's Flash is bad, but I'm not saying the first 30 issues are great. Oh, dude, if you're not digging, Ryan, go to Ryan for a second. Just a second.
Yeah.
If you're not digging, if you did not dig Born to Run, that kind of sets the premise of what the run will. I always make that joke with Flash, and don't even mean to. What the rest of the series is going to be. Born to Run is what, like, that gives you an idea. Do not butcher the boss like that, nor one of the greatest Flash stories, because that kind of gives you an idea of where he's going to go with that story and how important Barry is to Wally, and that beautiful, almost like father-son respect that they have for each other. Oh, man. I love Born to Run. Sorry you're not digging it, though.
Guys, if you live in Europe and you're interested in buying and pre-ordering Omnis, you should definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel and DC big books within the EU. Flat shipping rate of €12 for all EU countries. I say it with an accent. Euros.
Sure.
Bulletproof packaging. Emails answered within 24 hours. Go to waltzcomicshop.com and you can use the code NEARMINTCONDITION, all one word, at checkout, and free shipping for your first order of over €40 in the EU. Waltz Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding.
Jazz hands. What was that?
I never could decide. Do I just want to do ting, but I also want to do jazz hands. So it could be both.
Sing it, Melanie. Oh, they know. Okay, I like how you guys just openly admitted that you didn't eat.
No, it's so gorgeous. I want to eat everything else. Wow.
I mean, when you get a gingerbread cookie like that, man, you can't just eat that. We're gonna let that rot.
The lattice work over here.
We're gonna let the lard like seep into my Omnis as it rots back there for years.
Let's go ask questions and I'm gonna try these out.
Okay, boss.
Hey, Omni Nation Comics, Springsteen, unpopular opinion.
You guys are awesome. Sing it, Melanie. I was talking about the thing you said about the pantry. Tina and Heather bought that for us. Yeah, it was our friends Tina and Heather went to
and it's from Japan.
Japan, and I'm like, oh, but it's Ranma. I can't
I don't
open
wanna
that.
mess it
It's
up.
Rumiko Takahashi like cup of noodles. I can't eat that. Age of Apocalypse Companion was on sale, not the main event. Cody, are you saying that Age of Apocalypse is better than what I was talking about earlier that you said you did not like? Have you talked about the terrible rumor of DC yet that they are apparently scrapped all collections of early material, potentially up to mid-90s? I talked about it yesterday. What do you do? Oh my gosh! That's how you eat it? No, I don't know. What is it?
Oh, actually, it's pretty good. It's got cinnamon and pickles and everything you hate, and mushrooms with sweetened condensed milk with added sucrose.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Oh, that's good.
I think it would be better like putting it on a piece of food, like a cookie or something.
I think it'd be better
just like
if you put it on a toothbrush. Dude, this is delicious.
Suck down the whole thing.
I'm not going to get diabetes.
There's the Japan gift. Because we were talking about Japan.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Well, good. I'm glad that.
Don't show the kids. This is mine.
No, they're not going to like it.
Who doesn't? This is stuff we used to eat in Peru, like condensed milk.
What about some bacon chips?
Super laugh art. I got
Great
the thing, Omnibus, and it's nothing like John Carpenter's film. No.
Oh, baby. This is good. It's just like bacon. Oh my gosh.
Bacon chips?
What's your opinion? You're just
I'm trying to figure out how they did that.
Well, they started with potatoes and they had oil and then they added bacon.
Comics Bugle, the fine people that sent us the stuff. These guys right here. They have an online comic store. They ship over in Europe as well.
I don't think chips will be included.
I don't know. They might ship. Mata.
And we're spending so much time and concentrating on the snacks, but seriously, Josh's artwork is amazing. Sorry, Josh, we're not eating.
Josh, we can't eat your artwork, but it is beautiful. So the rumor right now, and I'll talk about it.
Okay.
So let's talk about this.
Got a question. Okay.
It's a big rumor, and it just a couple of. I think right before Christmas, I talked about how there's a liquidation going on at DC, and looks like it's more than a liquidation. Some of the prices that were coming out in Omnis and retailers, of course. And this stuff is never public, by the way. This stuff is never shared with the public. I just know some people. And the list that I saw had some prices that were very questionable because liquidated prices are good for retailers, right? Because retailers own a comic book shop. You have a hard time, keeping the lights on. It's your chance to buy a bunch of books and hopefully sell them, for whatever you're normally selling them for. I'm not saying everybody's going to get additional discounted prices or anything like that. That's why they do these liquidation sales to get new stock. However, these prices were like closeout prices, like so cheap that it didn't seem to like they're ending the format. And that's bad, right? Like, because we talk about, oh man, we find these books at Ollie's, it's wonderful. That's never a good thing for the business. It's wonderful for consumers, right? It's wonderful for us, but it's not good for DC or Marvel if books end up at Ollie's or discounted outlets like that. So the latest thing that happened from DC is this is a rumor, but it's just that they're scrapping every project that they're doing as far as Silver Age, Golden Age, Bronze Age collected editions because they're not selling. They're not moving. Now, they're not specifying that they're going to move into the modern omnibus. Nothing like that. It's just that they're scrapping that stuff.
I feel bad for geeking out over snacks when you're talking about something that's
no, it's
not good.
It's not good for
and of course you're not saying, oh, this is definitely what's happening.
No, but rumors like this and seeing the prices and seeing the catalog, it's just
logical.
Yeah. And I never tried to say, it's DC's coming to an end. I never try to cash in on that. I never try to make a thumbnail that's like DC and Marvel are going downhill. Like, no, there's just facts. And until I hear, an actual statement by DC, I'm keep on trucking. I mean, hopes are that they're restructuring, and the new restructure will give us more things later on. Any speculation why DC's having so much trouble on those? Feels like Marvel sells the 60s and these zombies very well.
I was geeking out on snacks. I didn't know if you mentioned or hit upon this specifically. Like,
if you noticed the look, I'll be honest, like, on my channel, sometimes people are like, why do you cover so much Marvel? Well, because A, they produce a ton more than DC does, and B, they send me stuff. Like, and I do cover DC, but they just don't produce as much. Give me a second. Love.
Okay, sure.
The big difference when that stuff with Silver Age and Silver Age and Golden Age is also the way that it's written, right? There's a reason why Marvel at the time was booming with the Silver Age stories. So DC wasn't doing the same. They were telling kind of what people found as hokey stories. And the restoration that goes on those books shows that there's an amount of love and care that goes for those older books at Marvel Comics. Whereas the DC Golden Age, because I used to have some, they look like they were touched up, but not to the extent that the Marvel Omnis were. Now, again, this is just an insider rumor too right now. It doesn't mean that it's for sure. They want you to go and buy and show these people. There's even worse things I've heard that I don't want to talk about yet. That's because I don't want to be all doom and gloom, because there's always hope. Because they want you to go and tell your friends to go and buy this stuff. So pre-order the Phantom Stranger Omnibus if you can. That might be like the way that they measure, hey, people are still interested in this material. I'm genuinely surprised DC is having financial issues. I never would have guessed. I mean, it happens. I mean, they were bought out, twice? And it looks like they're getting ready for another sellout or selling. Question is, Omar, does this mean we should make a point of picking up DC Omnis we want right now? I mean, I don't know. That's a tough question to answer, mainly because I don't know what the rest of the catalog looks like. Whenever we are looking into September of next year, and we only have 4 Omnis and 3 Absolutes from DC Comics. Now, more may pop up. I mean, I was really surprised with Absolute Superman for All Seasons. That came into the catalog. Next Thursday, I'll know what books will be there. And if I don't, it's going to be weird if there's no Omnis or Absolute editions. And it sucks, man, because I want them to succeed. I want them to put out stuff. I want people that enjoy that era to get those books. So hopefully, these are just rumors and things bounce back, and the next catalog's full of Golden Age and stuff, because they didn't even finish Golden Age like Batman. Hermano, si te compraras tu primer Omnibus en el 2023, ¿cuál te comprarías? Oh, mi hermano, Wolverine, volumen 3. ¿Cómo se dice Wolverine en español, Manolo? Melanie.
You just called me your
That's
brother.
my brother's name. I'm so used to yelling at him. Lorenzo? How do you say Wolverine in Spanish? I know I've seen it before. It's like Lorenzo.
No
Look, I'll be honest. We didn't have Wolverines in Peru, so we never had to use that word.
That's true, right?
Now DC is also working on 2 people. Apparently, are the ones that are helping, do all this stuff. Personally, I have more wanted DCs, but they just don't solicit stuff like Chuck Dixon's Nightwing. You're right. They wanted to do Omnis, but they focused on Golden Age and Silver Age, Golden Age first, and do them in chronological order, which logically it makes sense, right? Like if you're the guy that's like putting it together, why won't people want to read where Superman began? Why do they want to start with John Byrne? Let's give him the Golden Age. But it's always shown, and Marvel knows this, that era in omnibus format doesn't Gepardo.
And 2 people up here.
Gloton. Wow. Gloton. Okay. Y'all messing with my head. That's awesome, dude. Y'all have different names for Wolverine. Gepardo. Wow. Omar, what's your opinion about Chainsaw Man? Love it. Is it worth
And
reading?
our daughter loves it.
And my daughter loves it too.
Oh, for Christmas, she got a plushie of the pig.
Puching? Yeah.
You could hold as a chainsaw.
It's his dog. It's a chainsaw.
Oh, I thought it was a pig.
Do I like
Wow.
Udon Street Fighter? My brother. Oh my gosh. I got them down there. That's some of my favorite books, dude. And the hardcovers are the way to go. So get them when they reprint them. They're beautiful. That's Darkstalkers, but you know what I mean. That's okay. He knows what I mean. They're beautiful
Well,
books,
you
man.
know what? Chicken butt. I know Street Fighter.
I know my 90s 2D fighting games.
She's not wrong about that. That is 2D 90s. Good job, baby. Then DC just released a stealth reprint of Morrison's Doom Patrol. Yeah, some people are speculating it wasn't a stealth reprint, but just sitting in a warehouse. Kind of like those Legion of Superheroes 5 years later, volume 1. Sitting in a warehouse, clearance prices, they got rid of them.
Cammy is my favorite. And
Okay.
Darkstalkers.
Roton is an
Morgan.
actual animal. The animated series is called Guepardo. Huh. Trigonosis, what do you call Wolverine in Spanish?
All right, I'm gonna try out these.
Okay,
t-shirts.
Omni, I got a near mint merchandise question for you. You said new shirts coming. Yes, Omni fans, that's coming this year.
This year.
This year, 2023. Please tell me you guys went with Omni. Yes, we did. One with the font of OnlyFans. If so, can I get one? Yes,
Thank
we did. I gotta
you.
get with Chris on that, but yes, we did. I need to get on that. I actually had to vote because I don't know what the OnlyFans logo looks like. So I was like, can somebody help me? I don't know what this looks like. And I'm not shaming you, I swear. I just genuinely need to know.
These are milkier tasting M&Ms.
I speak Spanish and I just call Wolverine El Wolverine. Nice. That's the way my brother speaks Spanish. El Wolverine.
Oh, I was right. The Slovak version of M&Ms. It's supposed to be like lentils, the shape of lentils.
Oh.
Like
Yes,
cookie.
Chun-Li. My main's Ryu, but Chun-Li. Oh. Which day and time can we expect your New Warriors Omnibus Volume 3? Look at that's a trap. If we can get Doctor Strange 3, we can definitely, yes, we can, my brother. All that needs to happen is New Warriors Volume 2 needs to sell just enough. Just enough, my brother. It's good to see you in the chat, man.
Look how many there are.
Oh, there's a lot of candy in there.
And chips over here too.
One more.
As soon as they, WB Discovery, hired a bean counter CEO last year, it seemed writing was on the wall for DC properties. I just think, God, we got second Starman Compendium. Remember, that was going to be an omnibus, and then Hank got fired. And that was my contact. And they released the compendium instead. You know, and it really depends on who they end up selling it to, the company, and they can bounce back. It's DC Comics, for goodness sakes. Do you ever buy omnibus? I used to. I haven't bought an omnibus from Amazon in
We got
years.
mad. And also support the comic.
Yeah,
sellers.
yeah. Amazon's making billions of dollars. Unless they got some cheap sell, like the Amazon glitch of 2010. I love talking about that. That's old man talk right there, where you got books for $8.88. I was just looking at my my order sheet for that the other day because I was looking through old orders and for some reason that popped up.
These are like those sweetheart Valentine's Day candies, but
Mhm.
way better. It's got a little bit of that texture, that chalky texture, but it tastes like fruit.
I'm mad
really
because
nasty.
there's so many gaps of Flash and Green Lantern from the 60s and 80s on the DC app. I'm surprised they didn't put them there first. Lozerno, thank you. That's what I thought Wolverine was called. Everybody has different Spanish everywhere. I love it. Just got the AVX Omni, thicker than a Snicker, boy. Yes, it is. Can all day. No, man, Ryu. I'll take your can on, especially hot Ryu. Hot Ryu with a beard. Easy now. Easy. Second
got a
serious
beard.
question.
You
Is there
got a
actually
beard.
comics printed with the
With
font
font comics
comics?
hands.
Yes. I don't know anymore. That is a good
That's
question.
a good question.
Josh, you drew me a bell dandy, so I let that slide.
We have a super chat.
No best, no. We have a super chat. I ordered my first NMC shirt the other day. I'll definitely be buying the OnlyFans shirt.
Thank
OnlyFans.
you.
Thank you, brother. Somebody in the chat came up with that. I wish I could remember what that was.
This is from Walt's Comic Shop. You can get this at his website
Mhm.
and a hoodie version as well.
Not this one. This is Blade of the Immortal.
Omnis are forever. Thank you for the super
Thank
chat.
you for the super chat, Jaggernaut. Hi, Melanie and Omar. Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1 or Superior Spider-Man Volume 1. Also, my Jags playing the Chargers today. Go Jags.
Oh, now I get it.
Jag or not?
I didn't
Get it?
I didn't. And I'm assuming that
That is a Jaguar.
profile pic is like a sports
It is a Jaguar.
thing.
It's a sports
All
thing.
right, well, go Jags.
Yay. You said it like you actually watch sports. Well, Superior Spider-Man will only have one omnibus, right? But there are other series they could collect into a companion later on, like the team up and stuff like that. Ultimate Spider-Man will have a series of omnis, probably 5 before you get to the Miles Morales era. So people really enjoy Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean, that is one of my number one videos whenever I announce an Ultimate Spider-Man video where I do an overview of Ultimate Spider-Man. People really like those. And I would get that first because it's out of print right now. So if you can find it.
That's what Ryan is mentioning.
Yeah, thank you for that, Ryan.
Will we ever see a Phantom Stranger omnibus? It seems DC is not releasing enough omnibus. Did you talk about that?
The Phantom Stranger, it will be up
Stranger.
for pre-order next month. So it is very important if you wanted Doc Holliday with your Phantom Stranger avatar to pre-order it. Because you know what? Here's the thing. Screw it. Right? What if DC cancels it? All right. Well, that sucks. But at least you did your duty of pre-ordering the book and letting DC know you wanted it. Right? Tell your auntie, tell your uncle, tell your granny, tell everybody to pre-order Phantom Stranger. And they're going to be like, what's a Phantom Stranger? Well, he's a 10 out of 10 occult detective, and that beats Batman.
Super Laugh Hard is third way through Epic's Akira. So freaking good.
You're reading it. You're reading the color version. I love it, man. So good. It's Gregory Wright that does those, doesn't he? The colors. Is it Gregory Wright? I want to say. Supervised by, of course, Katsuhiro Otomo. This is the Marvel version of Akira. I've got all these books. I love these books, but they're colors. Because, back then we needed left to right format. America was scared of right to left format in black and white. It will never sell. Colors. Oh my gosh, where are the colors? How are they not giving him enough credit? Colors. Steve Oliff. That's who did it with his group. The computer graphic separation colors. Captain Britain, Excalibur 1, Excalibur 2, Knights of Pendragons, Omnibus Marathon approved. You need another one in there. Can't say a word yet. I hit 18 next month. Help me. Gabriel, are you serious? You're going to be 18 next month?
That's what I thought.
Omar said duty. Yes, I did. It's your duty. What are you, the 5th grade? Have you read the latest Ghost? No, I haven't. I've been reading them in trade paperbacks, and I love the first 5. Nobody.
Caleb's loving it.
I'm saying the same thing, too. People should definitely give it a shot because it is really good. I was surprised by how dark it got. With the violence for a Marvel comic that's rated teen plus. I thought it was good. You got sponsors in US and Europe. Can you get one for Latin America? Sure, man. Here's what we do, Arturo. You open up a comic book store. You start selling online. You call your boy Omar up and you're in condition. You're like, hey, man, can you help me spread the love? I got you, dude. I got you. Then we can talk about a sponsorship. And then on top of that, you start sending me candy. Dude, you sent me orejas?
I was like, is this wine? No, it's like sparkling grape juice. But then at the end, it says something about wine. There's no wine.
What 3 issues of Akira are you missing? I think I have one of them spare. Dude, that is what I'm missing. I am missing. I cannot find them, so I had to get the trade paperback. So that shows you how badly I wanted these. Where are the covers here? Un momentito. They put them in the back. Oh my gosh, they put them in the back. Okay. Just a second, brother.
Matthias got LSH 5YL Omni from Cheap Graphic Novels.
28, 29, and 30 are what I'm missing. Thank you for that, Legion of Superheroes. 5 years later.
Oh, okay.
I finally got one for Cheap Graphic Novels. Good thing I decided not. Yeah, man. Omar, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for being here, buddy. Let's see. Sunday will be my Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 overview and a Marvel Omnibus announcement. 2 new Omnis from Marvel. Monday will be the premiere of Wolverine Omnibus Volume 3 at 11:30. You can join me for that live. It's really fun. We did it last time. It's I've already filmed the video, but we get to comment on the live stream. It was cool. And then in the afternoon, it's the Superman Birthright. Tuesday's the Marvel Trades, an old reader, new reader. Wednesday is the Spawn Deluxe Editions overview. And I think there's something else that happens on Wednesday. Thursday will be my haul and the Paul Allure interview at 5 p.m. Friday is the DC solicitations for, that's when we really get to find out what's going on. What is it for? It's for April, I think. Yeah. Curtis and I might do an epic December and January because I do have all the files and all the content. So keep an eye out on the social media.
Thank you for asking. And this, I'm going to mispronounce saying fellow and Rob, the description of every single snack and like history. It's really cool. Wednesday, I was about to ask
Books of
you
Magic
for
3. Thank you.
Reels.
That will come out on Friday.
Wednesday is Reels Talks for the last.
Oh,
book?
yes. Wednesday's Reels Talks at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join us for that, for the Last of Us, episode 1. So Sunday is the Thunderstrike and Ravage 2099. I feel like you're a kid of the 90s, man. That's awesome.
How about Killer Be Killed Deluxe reprint? I heard some about this, but not.
My contact at
but-
Diamond, who is the distribution of this book, has no idea.
Oh, Ryan said
Like,
there was.
There is, but
Oh, but
nobody.
when?
Here's the thing: Image doesn't know, distribution doesn't know, so expect it to just show up like the Spawn Deluxe editions out of nowhere.
So Ryan.
And pre-orders went live in December, I think, which gives them like 3 weeks to print the book, which makes absolutely no sense, but we'll see. I believe it's January 18th is when everybody has it for, or Diamond has it, but there are no POs available for that stuff. So there were like, you couldn't even, the FOC was in December and the word didn't even get out. It's so ridiculous. Someone asked yesterday, those Descender Deluxe hardcovers are still available, special order at CGN currently. Yeah, somebody was asking yesterday about that.
Omar, I need Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2 Omni. Why didn't Marvel print enough? They had to know it was in high demand.
I'm sure that will be back, Chris, with a new spine. That's the only one from the Spider-Man Omnis that did not get a new spine design, so that will be back.
We have a little over 20 left. Don't forget to lightly smash that like button.
I forgot to remind
and at the
people.
same time, ignore bar. Because 90s comics rule. I'm gonna like connect all the comments into one big story or something. Michael's saying, is Savage Avengers Omni a good blind buy if I'm not into Conan, but like Wolverine, Punisher, and Elektra?
Yes, 100%.
That's what I was gonna say, and I didn't finish it. They're dark colors.
Okay. Go to Ryan's question.
Okay. Have they changed the paper in recent Marvel Omnis? I've had lots of issues with recent Ultimate Omnis and Priest Black Panther Omnis. Pages sticking, blends, and even holes. Oh, the pages feel thinner.
The one that I noticed was Daredevil by Frank Miller. So I don't know, because like I was thinking that reminds me of the paper stock that they used in JMS's Spider-Man, and that was pretty thin. Oh, you got them. Good for you. Good for you. Any word on a Predator Omnibus Volume 2? Not yet, brother, but I still want that in Aliens versus Predator. For Reels Talk, how about an episode of was it really that bad? The DMC, was it that bad? I didn't get to watch it.
Dean would kill for Nightfall Omni Volume 2 and reprints. Do you think they will do that at some point?
I would love for them to. I don't know. I really don't at this point. I really don't know what the future of DC will be. But I mean, it gives me hope that, they've done stealth reprints this year. Maybe they'll do some next year to catch up. Got a huge raise at work yesterday and order Savage Avengers at Omni as a treat. Treat yourself, man.
Congratulations. Mm-hmm.
Do the DC rumors mean that oh no, you left me hanging.
Look for the second part.
Thoughts on Superman Birthright? Love it, man. There are some beautiful moments. Gosh dang it, Mark Waid knows how to pull at the heartstrings. That ending, letting. So Birthright is I'll talk about it more on Monday. I filmed that video a week ago, I think. I just haven't had time to put it out there. So Birthright is retelling Superman's origin, and it was not supposed to be canon, but the fans loved it so much that DC said, okay, it's canon now. This is cool. Sorry, John Byrne. But Lionel Francis Yu is not the artist when I think of Superman. So it was really interesting to see him in there, and he just fits that that freaking that is a beautiful artwork. And Jerry Alangulan, his inker's phenomenal. We lost him in 2019, but retelling the origin of Superman with some twists, right? He knew Lex Luthor when they were kids. But one of my favorite things they did was this beautiful moment of his son, right? Or his father and mother, as they're putting him in that little basket to send him off into space. They didn't know that he was they didn't know whether or not he was going to make it or live. But it gave, like, his father was like, what am I doing? I'm doing something horrible, right? Like, I'm sentencing my son to death. And the mother was like, you're giving your son the best thing a father can give their child, and that is hope. And man, it's so heartbreaking because, like, they thought, you know, that they're never going to see him because they're dead regardless. But the option of just sending him out into the darkness was better than what was to come to the for the planet. And I thought that was beautiful, especially when you read the final 2 pages. Freaking breaks my heart. I love it.
Hi from Greece.
Hey.
Is DC ever going to publish Cape Crusader or Dark Knight Detective into an omnibus format?
I mean, they've already got it mapped out. Why not? Just put year 2 in there, year 1, and what was the Batman? Oh, what is that called? Second Chances in there. So I don't know. Maybe. Are there any Marvel or DC you think could be retold in a miniseries format? Real Clone Saga, Grand Design. I was reading through the Alien Costume Saga and it felt it could benefit from a retelling. You mean like a condensed storytelling? Things that kind of got blown out of proportion in the 90s and made into a 25-part epic crossover? Sure. Yeah, I mean, there are some. I was trying to think of some, maybe like Age of Apocalypse, but people really like Age of Apocalypse. Onslaught, that could be 2 issues. Hey, Professor, no, never mind. Who is the best Spider-Man villain and why is this shocker?
Electro. Can't pick him.
Carnage.
Like how I said to say Venom.
I love Carnage to this day.
Let's try this.
Crazy. Omar, love the channel. For Batman TMNT Omni, you had anticipated for 2023. Do you think we'll have a 4th miniseries in the animated style? Not at this point. We'll be lucky to actually get it at this point, and I'm okay with that. No, baby.
No, it's really good because it's sweet and crunchy and bacony.
Okay.
At least it's not bad. Try it again.
It's interesting.
It's interesting. Shocker.
With your recommendation, I ended up buying Avengers Assembled and pre-ordered House of M. Will there be a new Avengers Omnibus reprint? Well, now that you bought Avengers Disassembled, maybe. No, not that I know of, but I'm sure those will come.
Bar's saying, who would have thought that a Poison Ivy series would consistently be the best-selling female-led book every month since its debut? DC needs to give more characters chances to prove they can sell.
Right? I agree with that. There's plenty of characters that they got canceled. Where's my Cassandra Cain series? Oh, she's in Bad Girls. I've seen Willow on. Do you all want us? Like Amanda and I were debating on doing a review of Willow.
Yeah, a couple of people were asking as well.
Well, I'll see what she's up to maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know. Because it has to be separate from the Last of Us review. Yeah, I watched all of it. I've got some strong feelings about that series. We've talked about how Omar got into comics and manga, but what about Melanie?
How did you get into comics and manga? What are some of your favorite series?
Some more of this.
The Fox cartoons of Spider-Man and Batman and X-Men. And so in middle school, I think it was 7th grade, there was a comic store like right next to the dojo where I was training in martial arts. So I go.
I worked at that comic book store,
but it wasn't at the same time. How romantic?
Sure.
Okay. And let's see. But then high school, I kind of fell out. But then I became friends with his brothers. So I was getting back in, and I'm pretty sure the first manga, right? The first manga you let me borrow.
It's Maison Koku?
When we were just friends, was Maison Koku.
I love that book.
And I remember sitting on the porch reading it. And I liked anime, right? And so I started reading manga, and Bob's your uncle. Thanks for asking.
Edibles. Shocker's one of my favorite villains. I do miss when he was considered more of a threat.
Oh,
good thing I wasn't Cinnamon, Omar. Thank you for the super chat, Steve Santiago.
What are you gonna give him? What are you gonna give him? Give him
Next time, baby. That's right, Terrence Howard. War Machine. Forever. Why did Tomb of Dracula Volume 6 complete collection get canceled a few months ago? Will it be resolicited? I think that fell under the, hey, we're no longer doing complete collections. We're focusing on Marvel, modern Marvel epics. So I assume that will come back as an epic collection. Seriously.
No, you're welcome.
What
Kay.
martial arts
Thank
do you do?
for asking. I trained in David's. I trained in Kempo from martial arts from Okinawa. And it was purely self-defense. No competition.
Watch this.
And
she's so quick. You didn't even see her block me. She's like Goku.
And
Kaioken.
Very comprehensive.
Show them that Kaioken.
Like Jiu-Jitsu, Aikido-Jitsu.
Yes, I'm that husband.
Oh, drat. Was it Goho? What's the just blocks, punches, and kicks? Anyway, everything.
Dude, this woman can pick me up and throw me over like a shuck of corn.
6 months you were doing classes with it, and when I picked you up on my back,
I was like, no. What are you doing? What are you doing?
A fit in for a throw, and it's all about like leverage and physics, and you started squirming. And I'm like, ow, it's hurt my back.
I'm like, well,
I didn't want to drop you.
That's what villains are going to do. You think a villain?
I wouldn't stop. I would go ahead and throw them over.
I was a 3rd-degree white belt. Yes, I 100% recommend Wolverine Volume 3 for somebody that is not a completionist. You get that. That is the only book you need. 4 has a beautiful story in it, a couple of beautiful stories. But 3 is when Wolverine was at its best. You know that saying, I'm the best there is at what I do, and what I do isn't very nice. That's the
where
best.
It comes from?
No, it's not where it comes from. Chris Claremont. But that is, oh my gosh, man. Issue 34 alone is worth it. Blood and Claws. Freaking awesome. Blood and Claws. You throw Ernest Hemingway time travel story with Puck. Oh my gosh, yes. I can't wait to talk about that book. Bezo and Koku Collected Editions just completed its 10th and final volume. Will you consider making it if Viz doesn't pull my video, or not Viz, but what was the company? Rumiko Takahashi. I love that woman, but she tried to destroy my channel.
It wasn't her personally, but
she
seriously, we can't. We can't.
No, we'll see.
We cannot risk it.
Hey, you don't get to talk to me like that on the.
Should we risk it?
No. You don't.
Obviously, it's your decision, but I highly don't think we should risk it.
I mean, we've been okay with all the other manga.
Oh wait, people don't know what we're arguing about.
Which is always the case.
It is right. Like 2 copy strikes within 24 hours because he was showing the inside of the manga Viz sent to review,
even though they had approved it.
So
that made me mad. And my new contact at Viz was like,
"Yep,
sorry, you're on your own."
That's why I'm like, no, it's like, not worth it. It's your job, baby.
You sent me books to do overviews of, and now you're wiping your hands clean because you don't know how to address this? Talk to your license holders in Japan. Oh man, it wasn't a good time. I was walking on eggshells. Yeah. Best Peruvian comic movie show band.
Look at that.
Condorito. I don't remember much of movies down there. Afternoon. Thank you, Aaron, for the super chat.
Thank you. How are you doing?
Afternoon, all. No questions this week. Just hanging out with my 3-year-old daughter and enjoying the stream. Have a great weekend.
But you get this one.
That's
you get
cute.
Pingu reading a comic. Oh.
I used to. Oh man, I miss those days. Lydia, my oldest, who's now 13, I would play video games in my basement at our old house, and I would take her with me. And when she was a little baby, an infant, she would lay on my chest and I'd play video games. So even then, like, she heard a lot of cursing, probably didn't know what those words were because she was a baby, because I was playing online with a bunch of 13-year-old kids that were whooping my butt at Halo and Call of Duty. And they were calling me names. I was calling them names back. But the older she got, like when she was 3 and 4, she would come down there and we would play, not online anymore, but we would play like JRPGs or action adventure games, and she would give them, like, she wouldn't remember the names of the actual video game. She would just remember like the game with the bad eyes, the evil eyes, and it was so adorable.
Ojos malos.
You just had to correct me on Condorito. What? I know somebody would correct me on Condorito that it was Chilean. Yes, I know it's Chilean, but we took it. You guys took part of Peru. We're taking Condorito.
I see on Super Chat. I just want to address Gabriel. That's a great idea. However, about your winning magnets, Spreadshop is like a company that's print on demand. So like you can't sell anything outside of Spreadshop on Spreadshop. Like it's its own company. Like you upload the design and then they print it.
Mhm.
So, but thank you. And Owen, thank you for the super chat. I caved and bought Absolute Swamp Thing, and oh my gosh,
Did you read it?
That second issue with the Floronic Man
Man.
blew my freaking mind. Chills the entire time. I'm hooked.
Dude,
Awesome.
first of all,
out to dance for you.
If this is your first time reading Swamp Thing by Alan Moore,
We read for the book club.
it is holy crap. Like it is to me a moment in comics that was like I didn't see coming. And even if you don't know who Swamp Thing is, you still feel like this is one of the biggest twists in comics. So I'm so glad you're reading it for the first time.
Yeah, it's really deep. And you know what? This one part, no spoilers, just it was really relaxing to me thinking of him being one with nature. I don't know how to explain it. I was just like, that must feel nice.
The best you didn't read this part because I think you only read the first 6 issues, didn't you?
Yeah.
It happens later on, but when him and his lady get together, it is the most romantically put adult scene I've seen in a comic book. Like the way it was written, I was like, wow, Alan Moore, I'm taking my clothes off. Like that is some good writing. My goodness. Like it was really good the way he wrote it. Thank you, Bar. Where's your soft cover Omar question?
Nope, it's for me.
No, it's for you. I'm sorry, my bad.
Here we go. Here's Harley, and she's winking at you. Well, no, both eyes closed. It's about jams. There we go. Do you like whipped cream and jams? So I think it's because for the AMA I said let's jam this Friday. Or having picnics in the woods. Come on the Discord more often, please. Oh, visit. We're having a lot of fun there. I've decided during homeroom time I would stop during the day and I would just like get on Discord. So, but I didn't see that part. Alan Moore's coming for my man.
Alan Moore's coming for your man.
Narrates audio.
Dude, I tell you what, if you get David Attenborough to narrate that.
Really? No. Yes, he's a great narrator, but not his voice wouldn't match.
Oh, yes, it would.
If this is a cartoon, I go spinning off the screen.
David Attenborough, right? Oh, never mind. Let's say that for later. I got an Absolute Swamp Thing this week. That collection is beautiful. I love the finish on the. I do too, man. It's beautiful. Radu's asking, have I read Berserk? I haven't read Berserker yet. I want to. That's the comic with Keanu Reeves, right? How do you deal with omnibus page block sag?
You
the
haven't.
Same way I deal with aging. It just happens, and I've come to terms with it.
I haven't noticed.
Me aging?
No, well, no, that neither.
I've noticed. So it just happens, man. You can use styrofoam blocks to put underneath to keep the page from sagging. I've seen contraptions online where you could slide your book in there, kind of like a slip case, and it keeps the pages up, so it keeps them from sagging. But that's what I've seen. I took Swamp Thing book one Spain vacation last year. Great read at night. Headed back to Spain in a few weeks. Got to figure out what book I'm taking. Ultimate Spider-Man. Everybody seems to be talking about that one. Omar, blink twice if Jason Aaron's. Oh my gosh, I've been blinking the whole time, Joe. And I thought Smurfette Crush was up there. Shoot,
Peter Cullen narrator.
Okay, now we're talking. You get Alan Moore
Alan
right
Moore's
that.
Twilight fanfic.
You don't know what I'm talking about because it's beautifully written. I'm not downplaying it. We get a super chat from Mega Shrub.
Oh yeah. Good. Bar. I hope you can join.
27th.
No, ours is on the 31st. So, are you talking about the Long Halloween?
Are you guys reading the long? What are you guys reading?
That's the Back Alley book club.
You got two book clubs going on.
The Zoom meeting with me is God Country. Mega Shrimpster, thank you for the super chat. Not gonna lie though, Bobby Ewing alive in the shower.
The anatomy lesson reveal. That's a good one. That's a good one too. Anatomy lesson reveals to me one of the biggest twists though. I love it. Bobby Ewing alive in the shower. Opinion on Breaking Bad. Some solid episodes. some solid episodes. Yeah, I liked it. I like. I still prefer The Sopranos because it's the same premise, but I like The Sopranos, man. Oh, sorry. I'll try to join on the 31st.
I use Styrofoam on my Omnibus book blog, but only of that one because the spine is trash.
That one had issues. Kiss, marry, knock unconscious. Oh, I'd marry Wolverine, man. Me and Wolverine go on adventures. Oh my gosh, look at this though. No, me and Guts are kissing. And Nightwing, sorry, I'm knocking you unconscious. Way to work that into the Saturday stream. Look at the Death Note complete series. You're talking about the entire book? Yeah, that thing is ridiculous. Did you see the one guy that did the One Piece? Are they crazy? Who's going to read it like that? Hopefully the Dark Knight Detective line will get to finish. I hope so too, because we need, 2 more before it gets over to the Nightfall. That would be awesome.
Logan's going to read something just to see why you're hot and bothered.
It's good, man. It's good.
Spider-Man or Fantastic Four? That's a really difficult question. I was going to say Spider-Man just because he's my favorite. Well, okay, let's break it down. Why Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four is the beginning of the Marvel universe. It's the beginning of the Marvel age of comics, the Silver Age. If not for Fantastic Four, you wouldn't have Spider-Man, you wouldn't have Avengers, you wouldn't have X-Men. Fantastic Four is the beginning of the Cosmic Saga. It's the beginning of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby working together, and you see them progress into this freaking comic-making machine by the time they get to the Coming of Galactus saga.
All right.
That's why. And don't get me wrong, Spider-Man is amazing.
I suggest Spider-man because he's so relatable.
Yeah, I said amazing. Didn't even mean to make that joke.
And you're relatable, and I had a crush on him. That's my answer.
I did not have a crush on Spider-Man.
There's some really good writers for Spider-Man. You want to say the upcoming videos again? Because
I think
4 minutes.
I think you do. Because I just said
now.
You don't remember. Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 tomorrow.
Okay.
But in the morning, there's going to be an announcement. Unless you're on Patreon, you get early access to that today.
That's the $5 tier.
Thank you for that, baby. Monday is the Wolverine 3 overview. That's at 11:30 a.m. And I'll be doing a premiere video where you all watch it and comment it live, and I get to answer questions. So it's really cool. Yes, I do have a crush on Mexican Gwen Stacy, and for all the wrong reasons. Tuesday's the Marvel Trade. Oh, no. And that afternoon will be Superman Birthright Deluxe Edition. Tuesday's the trades and Old Reader, New Reader. Wednesday is the Spawn Deluxe Editions. Hopefully I'll be doing the Books of Magic Volume 3 there, or that's probably going to be on Friday. Thursday's my haul video. Friday is the DC Collected Edition solicitations for April. I think it's April. Thanks for asking, man. Is Berserk a good starting series for someone who has never read manga? It's.
I mean, my first reaction is no. I mean, unless you're really into violent stuff already, which, okay, I don't. But does it have anything to do with manga? I don't know.
I always say that Volume 1 is not what to expect from the rest of the series.
Yeah.
It gets better.
Stick with it.
There are other series that I would suggest reading before that if it's your first manga, because you have so many options now. We live in a world where this is all easily accessible to us.
Well, and it just like anything, they're different genres, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Slice of Life was my first experience with manga. That it was just regular stuff with some drama.
Definitely dark fantasy. I mean, you can try Blade of the Immortal, Vagabond. Those are also dark. Vinland Saga.
And then there's the stories with tropes about like kids, and they continue with willpower to get stronger and stronger.
Bleach.
And most of the time, kids.
Dragon Ball Z.
Except Dragon Ball Z.
Kids in Dragon Ball Z. Goku.
Well,
trains.
you know what I mean. The main cast.
Goku leaves his family, go train in heaven.
Well, it's not his fault he died.
Well, no, it kind of is. Omar, I ordered my first Japanese light novel. I'm so proud of you, JT Gamer. Fellow Kentuckian there in the house. The announcements are Sunday and Tuesday.
Jack Berry loves Mexican.
We all love Mexican.
And this is referring to in Mexico, they wrote their own Spider-Man stories.
Because they got caught up with the American one.
And Gwen Stacy doesn't die.
Congrats on the 79,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, brother. Still feels crazy. Omar, why do you think DC uses matte paper instead of glossy paper in their latest deluxe editions? Is it related to decreasing cost or paper shortage? I think it's an automated process at this point, that whoever the team that was deciding these things in the past They just left it and they run on automatic. Sure, deluxe editions are printed in matte paper now. I don't know. I don't think there's really a reason why. Maybe it was to save money. Oh my goodness, it's 2 hours passed already. All right, three rapid fire questions.
Did you like Dark Knight's Metal? The Omni's about to come out.
Aspects of it, yes, I did.
This
Hey
is my
Phil,
question.
how are you? El Wolverino.
Starring Danny Trejo.
How are you?
Hey,
Mandalorian?
Mandalorian.
Hope you've been doing well, brother.
Coming from someone who doesn't read manga, I gave Berserk Volume 1 I gave a shot because of Omar, and I love it. And that's just Volume 1 so far. Oh, well, awesome.
I'm glad you're loving it.
Sweet. That's like with Sandman. You were like, get past Volume 1. And I was like, oh, I love it. That was years ago. Bye, Hannah. Odds of a reprint of JMS Volume 2.
Really? Already? Oh my goodness. It's up to you to come back and vote on the reprint poll. I'm serious. Like, people are like, where's so-and-so? Where's so? If you guys don't vote, then they don't know. So that's what's happening. The can in my mouth is the same as what Melanie is drinking.
Whoa!
That is amazing.
I thought that was always a microphone. It is a squish can. Cabello and Rob from Comic Spiegel, a comic online shop sent it. Well, small world.
Who wrote the
Thank you,
best
Jack, for the
Joker
super
solo
chat.
comic? I mean, would that be The Killing Joke, right? With Alan Moore, who also wrote a really sensual Swamp Thing? Only if David Attenborough's. What's happening here? Okay. I don't, and honestly, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, matte paper, 80s and 90s collections. I don't mind matte paper either, depending on the collection that they're using it for. I think there's really a misconception of like, hey, glossy paper equals best paper, but not necessarily the case in everything. Adios. You all have a good weekend. Azzarello. Oh, Azzarello? Yeah. I wasn't the biggest fan of that story. The story was a little too movie Joker for me. The light novel is Ascendance of a Bookworm. Well, good for you, man. Yeah, smash that like button, everybody.
You guys.
Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. They have books up to 50% off. They have sales. Tell them New York Condition sent you their way for free shipping on your next order after your first one. Everyone stay healthy and safe. Much love again to Big Stu in Orlando. Happy birthday to all the folks that were in the chat that have a birthday.
Hey, Mark.
And that's it. Everyone stay healthy and safe. I'll see you on the flippity flip. Oh, I have a humanoids video coming out later this afternoon. Why didn't I think about that? Humanoids. I'm going to go play some games with my buddy TikTok Tina, or that girl right there, White Cat cosplay.
Yeah,
No, I got to film something.
Wait, and Wonder Maddie and Tina, talk to you later. Doesn't smell like ink. What? Glossy paper? No, it's a smell. If it doesn't smell like ink,
they spent some
money
on
on their print.
Thank you for that.
And with that, stay minty.
Bye, everybody.